Well, thank you for your time. How juicy.
Juicy.
Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability,
Yes,
which has been with me for a long time.
No, I'm asking the second part.
Suala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa wanatuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Indeed, this is the fastest growing television in Kenya.
At Maisha Television, we are impartial and independent.
The presidential election of the 26th October is hereby upheld.
Every day, we create distinctive professional programs, content which inform, educate, and entertain.
If the money has been approved, then it should be disbursed on time.
We go an extra mile to let you know of all that is happening around.
Wawe smart, wawe wasafi.
We make it easier for you to access information, a right provided by the Constitution. This is where your opinion counts.
Good afternoon. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is 18th of May 2021, a day when the Juja residents and Bonchari residents are going to decide their next members of parliament. This is after the demise of their previous leaders. Thank you and welcome to Maisha Live at 1. My name is Frida Chebet Kerim.
Live from Maisha Television, this is Maisha Live at 1 with Reader Karim Shabbat.
Welcome. The voting exercise in Bonchari by-election started off on a smooth note without any hiccups, with many polling stations opening doors at 6 a.m. to enable residents to cast their vote. Security has been intensified, with police officers erecting roadblocks in all roads entering the constituency as voting continues. The Bonchari battle pits President Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee Party, Raila Odinga's ODM Party, and DP William Ruto-linked UDA Party. Stakes are high for candidates Zebedeo Opore of Jubilee, Pavel Oimeke of ODM, and Teresa Orobutitu of UDA Party. At least 52,995 voters are expected to turn up to cast their vote to pick their next member of parliament. During the voting process, there has been claims of voting irregularities, with the ODM agent Nerea Okech accusing the Jubilee aspirant Zebedeo Opore of bribing voters at Nyamiobo polling station in Bonchari constituency.
My friend, I have photos here. Mimi mwenyewe na wameshikwa hapa. Mheshimiwa, be responsible. Be responsible. Is it this your campaign material? Don't bribe voters here. We are here to protect ODM votes. We are here to protect ODM votes. Hawa ni watu wako. Na wamewekwa pingu. Hakuna ati watu wangu. No. Mheshimiwa, I'm holding you responsible. I am holding you responsible. I am holding you responsible, Mheshimiwa. Hapa na ameshikwa. Mheshimiwa amepiga simu na ametolewa. I am here to protect ODM votes. Hamtaiba kura ya ODM. Wako wapi? Hamtaiba kura ya ODM. Mimi mheshimiwa hatunaje na kura ya ODM, lakini wako wapi au unasema mimi? But I have the photos of the arrest. Wako na pin. Wapi? Tuonyeshe. Hakuna kuiba kura ya ODM kwa hii polling station. Hapana, hakuna kuiba kura ya ODM. Tuonyeshe hizo picha. I'm an agent. I have my badge. Lakini tumewapata. Is in this campaign material? Ya mheshimiwa Opore ama hii ni ya nani? Tuonyeshe. My name is Mheshimiwa Nerea from Homa. Niko na voting material. There is campaign material. Campaign material ya mheshimiwa Opore iko hapa. Na they are bribing voters. Pesa ndio hii nimepiga picha. I have money here and the money is here. What is he saying? Anajifanya hapa, pesa ndio hizi nimezipiga picha zote. I have them. And they are insulting women who are voting for ODM.
Well, and still in elections, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) Chairman Wafula Chebukati has assured Juja voters that all measures have been taken to ensure free and fair voting, as well as strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocols during the Juja by-elections that will take place today.
Returning officer is here, the county election manager is here, and the entire IBC team. They have all the materials they require. They have the staff who will participate have been adequately trained. I got a briefing from the security team, and they have assured me that they'll take charge of security so that we don't have incidents like what happened in the previous by-elections in the other parts of the country. So I want to believe that IBC is ready, and we should deliver a credible election to the people of Juja. We, of course, have our COVID protocols which are in place, and every step of that protocol must be followed by the voters as come in the polling station. These protocols were developed together in conjunction with the Ministry of Health. There must be hand washing, sanitizing. A voter must wear a mask.
And the Linda Katiba movement has commended the High Court judgment of the Building Bridges initiative, saying that it has restored political sanity and the rule of law. The movement is now calling on President Uhuru Kenyatta to abide by the court ruling, as Shane Amoga reports.
The Linda Katiba movement, which has been urging Kenyans to reject the Building Bridges Initiative bill, says the High Court did what was required of them by safeguarding the Constitution of Kenya from those they say are pursuing their personal interests. The movement's key members were the main petitioners, saying that the judgment has asserted judicial authority. They now want President Uhuru Kenyatta to ignore calls by other political players to pursue the initiative.
The president and his administration to internalize this judgment, because so far all we are getting are knee-jerk reactions. To internalize this judgment and see that it is good for the country. It reminds us of the path of transformation set by our 2010 constitution.
The movement has also criticized politicians who have been attacking the 5 judges who delivered the BBI judgment, terming their attacks as retrogressive and barbaric.
Now that the High Court has said what they have said, my advice to my brothers and sisters in leadership and out of leadership is not to bastardize and condemn the judges, but look at what they have said and remember that in our court hierarchy and our constitution, we have layers of courts. We have magistrates' courts, we have the High Court, we have the Court of Appeal, we have the Supreme Court. For those of us who are not happy with the judgment of the High Court, the doors of the Court of Appeal are open, and we should go to the Court of Appeal and challenge this decision of the High Court. It is the only lawful, constitutional, orderly, and sober way of dealing with issues. I want to urge Kenyans from both sides of the competition on BBI, don't be tempted to degenerate into name-calling of each other. Don't be tempted to degenerate into calling for retributive action against our judges. If those judges have made a mistake, let's go to the Court of Appeal and challenge their decision. And if the Court of Appeal hears and finds that we have a point, they will reverse that decision. If we don't get what we want at the Court of Appeal, there is an even higher court, the Supreme Court. So that our country remains a country founded on the rule of law, on constitutionalism.
They also want the relevant state authorities to take action against those found to have faulted the Constitution.
All state and public officers who violated the Constitution and the law and used taxpayers' money to promote BBI should immediately be sacked, prosecuted, and surcharged. This includes members of parliament who are constitutionally state officers.
This comes as the National Council of Churches of Kenya is urging for a dialogue between the executive and the judiciary to contain the growing differences.
They need to sit together and agree on the way forward. What was a dialogue will always prevail. We are where we are because of dialogue. If dialogue was there, if a decision was made early, if people will see what was happening, we will not be where we are.
For Maisha TV News, I'm Amogashin.
The Teacher Service Commission started the biometric registration of teachers yesterday in counties selected for the pilot phase of the project. The aim is to address challenges in the learning centers and weed out ghost teachers. The biometric registration of teachers enters day 2 today, after the first day, which was yesterday, turned out to be successful as teachers turned out at various designated centers across the country for the day 1 of the exercise. The program kicked off smoothly in most of the selected centers, including Bungoma, Nyeri, and Uasin Gishu counties.
It is very big. You can see that already. As per now, this exercise is going up to the evening. This school alone has 31 teachers, and we have registered already 23. So I'm sure by the end of the day, we have captured, and it is very fast. because they are not using internet and there's no interruption.
School heads said the exercise will help identify and address the staffing challenges that they face in their day-to-day activities.
School like this with over 3,000 pupils, we have about 64 teachers. One would think we are very many, but with the number of pupils we have, now they are coming to know that actually we are under.
Teachers with physical disabilities have also been taken care of.
Those who are disadvantaged, they will not be left like that, but the commission will devise a method to make sure that their particulars are captured.
According to TSC, eventually the program will cover the whole country. The commission also says that the measures have been put in place to ensure that the data is well secured.
We are picking every biodata about the teacher, from the date of birth to their KRA, from their transfers, their promotions, their levels of education.
Maisha TV. The section of Ameru community in Garissa took to the streets to protest what they term as brutal murder of their colleague allegedly by a senior police officer attached to the Garissa police station. The demonstrators barricaded the road leading to Garissa police station with lit tires and logs before police in anti-riot gear dispersed them.
Wangu wale wako hapa town walienda hapa police station kuja kuandika ripoti mwendo wa usiku hivi, kwa maana asubuhi hatungeandika ripoti kwa kuwa hatukuwa na jina, basi walifukuzwa.
Tukafuata ndamu na gari ya askari inapiga patrol. Tukafuata mpaka ile mlango ya 3D. Jamaa ndio aliuawa hapo. Kutoka hapo tukamwangalia hao askari. Hawakuwa hata na huruma. Kama ningepata mtu angenisaidia jamaa ningemuokoa. Ndio alikaa hapo more than 2 hours.
Na basi sisi tulipoenda kule mochari tuliweza kuangalia ule mwili, hatukuwa tumeweza kutambua. Kutoka saa 6 mpaka ilipofika saa 11 jioni ndio tulisambaza habari kwa watu wetu wote wako hapa Garissa ya kuwa kuna mtu wako mochari ambaye tulikuta amebandikwa unknown. Na kwa vile tumefika hapa vile tena watu wamefukuzwa na tear gas na bado haki haijapatikana mpaka sasa.
Sasa sisi vile tumeandamana tunataka tu tujue ukweli na tupate haki yetu. Maana hata mwenye ameuliwa hakuna criminal record yako naye, hajawahi patikana hata na makosa hata nini, ni mtu wa kawaida seremala ya hapa.
And residents in Bungoma County have come out to ask both the national government and the county government to ease the factors that has made life too expensive. This comes in the wake of infrastructure upgrade in Bungoma County and the COVID-19 pandemic surge in the country. Let's have a look.
Border riders and residents in Bungoma County are crying foul over an increase in losses due to hike in fuel prices compared to low income from their daily businesses. This comes in the wake of the infrastructure upgrade in the county. Speaking to Maisha TV, the residents called on Governor Wycliffe Wangamati to hasten the completion of Musikoma-Kandui dual carriageway and formulate ways to make life easier and affordable for the residents.
Barabara ametupomolea yote ni matope. Angevuma libadogo kwa tupitenge malibai na tunatengeneze hii. Kutoka town mpaka Kandui. Ukiwa ni kama shamba ya chwere.
Nyanya kweli zimepanda na hakuna pesa. Unaweka pesa kwa nyanya lakini pesa haitoki. Kitunguu iko juu lakini hakuna pesa. Ukiweka pesa kwa kitunguu pesa haitoki. Tafadhali wale wenye mko kwa kiti ya juu, kumbuka wale wenye tuko chini, mtusaidie. Tunaumia sana. Unauza kuanzia asubuhi hadi jioni, hauna pesa, uko na njaa. Unatamani kukula kitu lakini hauna pesa ya kukula.
During his campaigns, the county boss had promised in his manifesto to exempt grocery sellers and border riders from daily levies, a task that can't be achieved at this moment for reasons such as COVID-19 effects on businesses.
Sisi karibu sana tunasimama karibu na governor. Alisema kwamba akitaka ikiti hatatoa ushuru yote. Sasa hata kibanda kusoma bodaboda hatuna, jua inatuchoma hapa. Tunahangaika mahali pa kusimama hatuna. Juzi tumeenda Matanga si wapi kunapata watu wa minyoro wameka minyoro pale. Tunajaribu kuzuia basi ndio tupite na tuzetu tunaenda Matanga tunataka tupite. Sasa nauliza governor alitaka tu kudanganya sisi tumpe kura shapita hapa
The residents also decried the high cost of rent, especially during this COVID-19 disruptive pandemic. They have called on the national government and the county government to reduce fuel prices linked to the high cost of living.
Mafuta nayo imepanda. Mafuta hata ukiweka kama 100 kwa pikipiki hakuna kitenye na kupatia.
Watu wake hawa. Watu wenye wanafanya county kupitia city hawa naona kabla wako pale na miti ukipita sawa na kuangusha. Hata uko na customer sawa ukipita kale kabla ukienda zaidi ya Bulondo huko wanakuambia usiposimama wanaweza kuangusha na customer. Wako na njaa sana watu. Kama walipi mshahara waseme ukweli, walipi mshahara yao.
According to recent statistics, a whopping 78% of Kenyan population is finding it tough to afford basic needs as the year-on-year food inflation rises by 7.36%, 14 basis points shy to 7.5%, considered by the government as high inflation. With food costs rising in recent months, this means that households in lower incomes and in the rural areas are feeling the heat of constrained disposable income. List from top to bottom, Kenya's top expenditures items include mobile phone airtime, bus fares, rent, dining out, packaged milk, beer and bread. In February, the cost of living jumped to a near one-year high with inflation at 5.78%, the highest rate since April last year on the back of rising food and fuel costs. Maisha TV.
Stanbic Bank has posted a 27% rise in the profit for the first quarter of the year. Bushebi Jr. has the details of these and other stories in our business news.
Stanbic Bank's profit hit 1.9 billion shillings from 1.5 billion shillings recorded during a similar period a year earlier. The strong rebound in earnings for the lender at the start of the year is anchored on enhanced revenue streams in the period. The lender has become the first among its peers to disclose its first 2021 earnings. Elsewhere, donkey breeders in Baringo have protested the lifting on ban on slaughter of donkeys by the court, saying it will greatly affect the livelihoods of many farmers. Speaking during the World Donkey Day commemoration in Lelen village, Mogotio sub-county, the farmers say that the move is likely to lead to increase in cases of theft of donkeys in the region.
Ngozi ya punda iko na pesa sana hata kuliko nyama. So mtu akiona njia mzuri ni punda, sababu bila watu wasingatii sana.
The 2019 census indicated that the current donkey population in Kenya is at 1.1. So we have lost at about 700,000 donkey within a farm.
Now, Mira traders in Meru are pleading with the government to allow cargo flights to Somalia for their produce export. The farmers say the diplomatic row between Kenya and Somalia and the COVID-19 pandemic are hurting their businesses.
Waunga Uhuru mkono vile walimuunga mkono akapitiza Mira kama kasikiro. Waungane kwa sasa. The
African Development Bank Group and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development have signed a memorandum of understanding to promote sustainable private sector's development in Africa. The deal will help catalyze new sources of financing to help bridge the $2.5 trillion as a way of financing the gap for development in Africa. The Africa Guarantee Fund has received a capital increase of $20 million from the Danish Investment Fund for developing countries to facilitate green SMEs financing in Africa. The capital increment will increase the funding capacity to unlock financing for small and medium enterprises in Africa. SMEs in the continent have experienced a deterioration in their creditworthiness as a result of economic impact of COVID-19.
But our goal is job creation. But during COVID, it's no longer job creation, it's job preservation. How do we preserve all these jobs that were created?
This shift from donor funding to more private sector funding, because that the box of the private sector is far bigger than the box of donors that you were digging into before.
For Maisha Business, Maisha TV.
Well, thank you so much, Bushebi Jr. for the business news. And with that, we've come to the end of Maisha Live at 1. My name is Rida Chabet Kering.
Kilimo cha Paa, kipindi kinachokuelimisha, kukujuza na kukupa mwanga katika kilimo. Kipindi kilichorahisishwa hatua baada ya hatua kwenye safari ya kilimo na biashara. Nia yetu ni kukupa ujuzi kwa njia ya vitendo, haswa kwenye maeneo ya ufugaji, upanzi wa mimea, magonjwa, magugu na hata wadudu. Tunakupa fursa ya kufahamu kilimo kwa kina. Ungana nasi kila siku ya Ijumaa saa 12 jioni katika Kilimo cha Paa, makala yako kwenye runinga uipendayo, Maisha TV. Kilimo cha Paa, kipindi kinachokuelimisha, kukujuza na kukupa mwanga katika kilimo. Kipindi kilichorahisishwa hatua baada ya hatua kwenye safari ya kilimo na biashara. Nia yetu ni kukupa ujuzi kwa njia ya vitendo, haswa kwenye maeneo ya ufugaji, upanzi wa mimea, magonjwa, magugu na hata wadudu. Tunakupa fursa ya kufahamu kilimo kwa kina. Ungana nasi kila siku ya Ijumaa saa 12 jioni katika Kilimo cha Paa, makala yako kwenye runinga uipendayo, Maisha TV.